Happy Easter, everyone. In this video, we're going to look at behavior as Bitcoin approaches the 2024 halving. After all, it's only 21 days away. With the spot Bitcoin ETFs getting approved, we've seen a lot of institutional interest inside the crypto market. There's been major funds flow into the market, which has resulted in us exceeding the previous all-time high of the past cycle. If we go back a couple of cycles to the halving, we can see some really interesting behavior. Here was the May 2020 halving, and you can see, I'll just zoom in there a bit. We had an enormous push down in price due to C19, and when liquidity got injected back into the market, it sent the markets globally higher. But you can see around that halving period of time, things started to flatline. And then as we entered the bull market, wow, all hell broke loose to the upside. Let's go back to the halving before that one. And what do we see in the previous halving? We had a lot of upward price momentum. And then as we approached the halving, things came down, went up a little bit, and then really came down. Price is always moving in a wave, and we can see back in this specific halving, price decreased from its peak just here right down to that low by 40%. What a bargain! There is no question that over time Bitcoin is going higher and higher and higher, no question at all. But if Bitcoin comes down in price, will you be able to take advantage of any reductions? If something like this was to occur, do you have any funds ready to pile into Bitcoin, or are you fully invested? Please let me know in the comments. From analysis of the past cycles, we're not even in the bull market yet, and already a lot of people have been putting their projections forward. JP Morgan, which is notoriously negative and bearish, has put a forecast on Bitcoin of 45,000. Arthur Hayes, Blockstream CEO, 70,000. Standard Chartered Bank, Adam Back from Blockstream, 100,000. Robert Kiyosaki, 120,000. Matrixport, 125. Anthony Scaramucci, Skybridge Capital, 170,000, and Fundstrat, 180,000. Max Kaiser has put 220,000. And Kathy Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, and Tim Draper have put 250. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy CEO, expects 350,000. Blockware Intelligence, 400,000, and Mike Novogratz, 500,000. And Kathy Wood is also anticipating a $600,000 base case for Bitcoin. So we could be seeing a lot of appreciation in Bitcoin's price, and we appreciate that. Please let me know in the comments, what kind of expectation do you have for Bitcoin in the coming cycle? Let's zoom out a little bit, and it's very good that you understand the differences that occur in price. Different psychologies play out at different times inside the market, and when you understand these psychologies, you're ahead of the pack, because most people don't understand the psychological nature of price. You can see there's some yellow areas. This is where bull market psychology is reigning. You can see we're not even there yet. The bear market is where massive negative sentiment is reigning, and we get our capitulations in bear markets. Bear markets are notoriously difficult to live through, and of course, inside our community we have. In the bull market, you see exponential takeoffs in price. This is to be expected. Something to just be aware of. It's a really good idea to trade and invest when it comes to the bull market. And we're not there yet. The bull market is typically after the halving. Will we see a bull market before the halving? Well, it's been doing quite well, but it does quite well in the consolidation period anyway. This is pretty normal stuff. A lot of people would have you believe this is all you're going to get. I don't think so. What you want to always do is to compare the same psychologies always. Compare the sunshine of the bull market to the sunshine of the bull market to the sunshine of the bull market. Because when you do this, you have the same investor sentiment comparisons. A lot of people don't understand that the bull market and the bear market and consolidation are three different phases. This is one of the powers of the CTKS model. It helps us to understand the psychological aspects of price because they're very different. In a bear market, you have negative psychology. Prices are just coming down and down and down and down. And it may not look like much, but that was a hellish time inside the market. While inside bull markets, it's very, very optimistic, but bull markets climb a wall of worry as well. Don't expect good news, rainbows, and unicorns because it just simply won't happen. Bull markets are crazy. There's always a lot of negative momentum as well as positive momentum. Expect major drawdowns because you're going to get them unequivocally. You can see on a weekly time frame, we're approaching the halving. It's realistically not that far away. What do you anticipate? Do you anticipate that Bitcoin is only up and it will never ever come down? For example, it always goes up. Hang on a second, that's just ridiculous. Bitcoin, just like everything, price is always moving in a wave. But do you believe the bias is to the upside? Do you think Bitcoin will consolidate around here, or do you think it will come down as it leads into the halving? And just remember, what the halving actually stands for is that there is a supply shock inside the market. Basically, the reward to miners who secure the network that allows Bitcoin to do Bitcoin things, they have to effectively double their cost base. So that's a bit of a problem because if miners are under financial pressure, they will probably fold and they will need to sell their Bitcoin. When people sell Bitcoin, if there are enough of them selling, that can push the price down. So typically we must be aware of a lot of volatility around the halving. So please keep this in mind. As professionals, professional investors and professional traders, we have three simultaneous strategies playing out at the same time. We have a down strategy, a neutral strategy, and an up strategy. Notice how the up strategy is last. The down strategy is first. We just always go long at spot. That means that we're anticipating prices will be low and then they'll be higher and then we can sell later. But we count the down strategy first and then the neutral strategy before the up strategy. This is typically really hard for people to do when they first get in. They're like light switches. It can only go up. If it's not going up, it's going to zero. It's either going to the moon or it's going to zero. You have to break yourself out of this kind of thinking because it's really immature when it comes to financial markets. Financial markets always move in a wave. You can see this kind of price behavior everywhere in an uptrend. And in an uptrend, if you can buy retracements, you're going to do incredibly well. You're going to be stacking your investments up so you can take full advantage of the profit. Zooming into Bitcoin on a lower time frame, here we're on the 15 minutes, because this can give us a really good trading edge. You can see Bitcoin is going all over the place. The concept of up only is a really, really naive idea, because prices are just moving in a wave. If you can take advantage of these red retracements, you can do very well when it goes positive, and this is just price moving in a wave. Please do not be afraid and do not be scared out of the market when prices go down. This is completely normal. What you really need to do is to gain intelligence, and that means data on where the correct structural levels are inside the market. And we can see currently Bitcoin has a whack of structure just below that 71,850 mark. This is exactly why we got rejected, and you can see that negative air in there. This specific line, that 71,850, is a really important line. We need to get across this line to confirm bullish momentum inside Bitcoin. That's the resistance level, but you need to understand the support levels as well. We have quite substantial support down here at 66,920. If Bitcoin does make its way down, we would expect a retracement back up. So the bullish case is that we get across this level of structural resistance, and the bearish case is that we test support at this structural level of support. Bitcoin is currently 69,835. One thing to also be aware of, it's not what you get in life, it's who you become. If you act from a to-be list of positive excellence, for example, kindness, authenticity, gratitude, happiness, inner and outer peace, these are the things that make you truly rich. A lot of people think that if they just have the money, they have all the success that they need. Money buys you a better place, definitely, and it gives you more comfort, but money will not solve your problems. It, in fact, can create a few of its own. Therefore, you want to fix your internal self, want to focus on that while you're becoming wealthy. Focus on your learning, focus on humility and patience. These are the things that give you just so much wealth, real wealth in life. Especially over the Easter break, it's a time of new beginnings, so a lot of people feel that they just can't be kind to other people. Why is that? Because they feel they're in competition with everybody. If you're kind to someone else, aren't you giving that person an advantage of some sort? Aren't the other person, are they taking away something from you? This is never the case. Kindness is a strength. It's very impressive to see kind people, because kindness is it's literally the oil on human relationships. Creating inner peace and outer peace is something that you really want to focus on. We can give away anger and blame and all of that negativity because it damages our body and our mind. If we have inner turmoil and a lot of money, we're going to become very unhealthy. If we can't feel on behalf of others, if we don't have empathy and we can't reach out and love people, we're not going to be healthy no matter how much money you have. Remember, life is not about what you have, it's about who you become. Happy Easter, everyone, and I've got a very special treat for you coming right up.